Actually, there's a fair amount of green. Even Japan has turned positive. So Asian markets, forget mixed. It's all green now, which is why it's a little surprising that our implied open was still down. Last we checked was down 80 points. Let's pull it up again because Asian markets are doing much, much better compared to the Wall Street close that we had. Yeah, for us, let's see. 90 points lower at the start is what we're getting. Let's see if there's going to be a recovery from there. Time now to talk stocks. As always, we have our team standing by with the CNBC-TV18 list of top stocks to watch. Guys, good morning and happy Friday to all of you. Vinny, let's open with you. You're the opener. Cipla, what's the news?
So happy Friday to you as well. So, Cipla, we're expecting green coming in. Now, two news flows have come in. One, they've received a final approval for one of their new drugs, which is nilotinib capsules. Now, this is mainly used for the treatment of chronic myeloid leukemia. It's a form of cancer that is there. So this expands their portfolio in the oncology side in the US market. So it's a positive one because it's a new drug approval. This is expected to be launched in FY25, FY26, somewhere around that time in the US markets. Expected to pick up pace is what analysts are highlighting. So that's why we're expecting green on this news flow. And other than that, they've received 2 observations for its testing facility in Navi Mumbai. Not a major news flow, but that's why a green is what we could watch out for Cipla.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vinny. Well, let's hop across to Mangalam. He's here to tell us about Delta Corp and Lemon Tree Hotels. Morning, Mangalam.
Good morning. So Delta Corp, very interesting development out there. Remember, the big trigger for the company was the value unlocking in Adda 52 via an IPO, but that hasn't happened. Instead, the company has gone ahead and decided to sell 51% of Adda 52, which is Delta Tech Gaming, to Head Digital, which is the owner of 823 Rummy, for about 491 crores. So this deal has been done via about 35 crores in cash, and the rest is via share swap. Post this deal completion, Delta Corp will hold 5.7% in Head Digital Works itself. Remember, in 2017, this was a company that Delta Corp acquired for about 224 crores. So 8 years later, the valuation hasn't jumped much apart from 2x. Delta Tech FY24 revenue was close to around 10% of the overall sales, and the stock has already surged about 10% this week. The reason why I'm going with a red on Delta Corp is largely because, one, the valuation is lower than what the street anticipated. Secondly, the stock has already seen a 10% run-up in the announcement of this deal itself. Lemon Tree, on the other hand, they have won a tax arbitration worth about 11.5 crores. So mild positive for them. Remember, generally hospitality stocks are doing well, so see some green on Lemon Tree. But Delta Corp will be the most interesting stock to watch out for today.
All right, got that. Mangalam, thanks very much. Back to Vinny now. Vinny has a bunch of other stocks, including, I think, Sanofi Consumer and CI Automotive as well. Vinny, tell us more.
Absolutely. So Sanofi Consumer Healthcare, they reported their numbers. It's a weak set of numbers that's coming from the company. Revenues down 24%. Margin seeing an impact of around 300 basis point contraction there, 36.5% versus 39.87%. There's an increase in expenses, employee expenses overall that we are seeing, and that is why an impact that is coming in on the overall business. And they have been seeing a weakness over the last few quarters as well. They're not trying to, we're not seeing any sort of a recovery coming in, so we're expecting red coming in for this one. CIE Automotive, we are expecting red here as well. While profits have seen a growth of 9.5%, revenues have come down by almost 6% on a year-on-year basis because the company has highlighted a weak market performance that's come in for light vehicles as well as CV, especially in the Europe as well as US off-road market also has not been doing well for the company. So that is why an impact in terms of revenues. Margins contracted by 40 basis point impacted due to the turnover drop is what the highlight is coming in from the management. So red expected here. Lastly, Sai Life Sciences is what we are watching out for, and we're expecting green on this one. Now, Small Cap World Fund has bought around 10.55 lakh shares in the company, 0.5% stake, and Sai Life is a pure play CDMO business, so an interesting one in the CDMO space as well. And entry coming in from a fund is something that is interesting here.
All right. Well, let's go across to Vivek now. Vinny, thanks very much for that. More stocks with news flow. Vivek, over to you. Morning.
Well, good morning. That's right. The first stock on the news and the first stock on the radar is Religare Enterprises, largely along expected lines. Post the completion of the open offer, the Berman family, the Berman Group, has acquired control of the company and has been designated as the promoters. Now, post open offer, post acquisition of shares, and post buying from the open market, the Berman family holds over 21.15% stake in the company. The other stock on the radar is Seagull. Now the company has achieved financial closure for 2 HAM projects in Uttar Pradesh. The first project is the Northern Ayodhya bypass. The project bid cost is at 1,200 crore, while the Southern Ayodhya bypass is the other project that is being discussed. The project bid cost over there was close to 1,300 crore. Another infra stock on the radar, HG Infra. The company has transferred 100% stake in one of its assets, which is Rivari Bypass, to an infrastructure investment trust called Highways Infrastructure Trust, and the total consideration for this particular asset is at 133 crore. ITI, another development coming in over there, the AMRCD, which is the Administrative Mechanism for Resolution of CPSE Disputes, has stipulated the company to sell the Electronic City land to Center of Development of Telematics. Now, the total value of the land is at 200 crore. The company has received 100 crore so far, and post completion of certain stipulations, the company is expected to receive another 100 crore. So expect some green on ITI as well.
Okay, all right. Thanks very much, Vivek, for that. Let's quickly recap our list of top stocks to watch this morning. The ones that have positive news flow around them are Cipla, Lemon Tree Hotels, Sai Life Sciences, Religare Enterprises, Segal, HG Infra, and ITI. Stocks that have negative news flow around them are Delta Corp, Sanofi Consumer, and CIE Automotive.
Okay, all right. Well, those are all the stocks. Let's turn our attention to the commodity space. Manisha Gupta joins us to tell us what's going on there. Manisha, morning.
Morning, Nigel. Thank you for that. I'll start with the crude oil prices, where we have seen gains come in for the third straight day. And with that, the prices are up 2.5% on this week on the back of U.S. and gas distillate stocks declining. Also, Russia supply disruption is supporting. The U.S. freeze on some pipelines also has impacted the supplies in oil there. So all of that keeping the crude oil prices in good humor. The gold prices, in the meanwhile, hit an all-time high of $29.55 an ounce. It's trading around $29.35 right now. So some profit taking from those all-time highs is what we've seen in the New York session yesterday itself. But even with that, it's going to be an 8th straight week that we are looking at in sense of gains for gold prices. Our best performing asset class really with 12% gains until now. Good gains is what also we are reacting to right now for silver. Copper also is snapped its 3-day losing streak. We're looking at good gains coming in for steel, iron ore, zinc, as well in the Asian markets right now. So overall, commodity pack has started on a positive note.
Okay, all right, Manisha, thank you very much for the heads up over there. We'll take a quick break on that note. On the other side, we have Siddharth Khemka of Motilal Oswal joining in. We'll discuss some of the stocks and news today as well as some other fundamental ideas with him.